In this video I am showing you top 5 best Riflescope reviews. Starting off our list at number 1. Vortex Optics Crossfire 23-9x50 focal plane. I bought 2 of these for hunting, both mounted on AR platforms of different calibers. Easy to zero. Better yet, holds the zero once you've found it. Excellent focus and clarity. The red dot works flawlessly. Probably the best thing about Vortex, however, is their warranty policy, which I got to test almost immediately. I loaded the weapons, with scopes mounted, in a 2-scope rifle case for my first hunting trip with the new rifles and scopes. Upon my arrival, I discovered the case had badly tweaked one of the scope tubes. Not knowing if the other scope had been damaged, I called Vortex to see if they could rebuild the damaged one and checked the other for issues, with the assumption I would pay for the rebuild. Well, they did even better. They replaced the damaged scope with a brand new optic and verified the second was true and damage-free. They had both back to me within a week, completely free of charge. Service simply does not get any better than that. Until now, I've had a variety of optics on my rifles, but Vortex will certainly get the nod going forward. Very pleased. Our list at number 2. Burris 200,116 Eliminator 4-16x50x96 scope. I love the Burris Eliminator 111 scope. It is the best scope I ever used. I am 65 years old and have hunted for over 35 years with various scopes, but none could compare to Burris. I zeroed it in at 100 IDs, programmed in my ballistics from shell box. Shot at 200, yes, it was right on. Tried it at 550 IDs, 3 shots in the bullseye. Unreal. The optics are so clear I can see the hairs on a deer's nose at 100 IDs. I hunted antelope in South Dakota with rifle and gun rack with extreme rough trails. The scope took a good 5-hour bouncing and beating, then shot a antelope at 300 IDs dead on. Any other scope I own would have been bounced way off bullseye and would have to readjust it. I have since bagged 5 whitetail bucks all in one shot each. Burris makes the best scope I have ever used on a rifle. I have used it for years and never had to readjust the settings. It is always right on. I would highly recommend a Burris scope for any rifle. Our list at number 3. Vortex Optics Viper 6.5-20x50 Parallax adjustment. When I see a 1-star review given on a rifle scope because some knucklehead does not know how to mount or shim a rifle optic, I have to say I get a bit miffed, especially because Vortex will fix or replace anything which is wrong with anything they sell. All it takes is a phone call or an email. It's the same with Amazon. You get a whole month to return whatever you bought. I will now quit my little tirade to say that this optic is simply outstanding for the price. This is an incredible, great glass, superb quality, just outstanding. Can't recommend it enough. Unless, of course, one does not know I did away with. Of course, one does not know diddly and about optics, either mounting them or using them. There is another ninja operator complaining and that he or she can't get a decent focus at 20 power inside of 50 yards. Why would you buy a 20x mil-dot reticle, or any mil-dot reticle, to shoot at a target 50 yards away? Maybe they were confused and thought they were in the airsoft department. Our list at number 4. Leupold VXR Patrol Riflescope. Great scope, super nice glass, and perfect scope for an AR-type rifle. I had a couple issues during a training class, however. First, I could not get the fire dot to light up consistently, would shut off at the worst times. I found out the problem was I had tightened the cap down too tight. Once I loosened the cap a bit, all has worked perfectly ever since. Seems weird that there is no stop of some kind to avoid that. I did not over-tighten it in my opinion the first time, but apparently so. Second, in walking back and forth from targets I realized I was somehow hitting the adjustment knobs with my knee while slung. I think easy enough to figure out. One, I noticed that the knob was not set at 0, but I did have point of impact inconsistency before I noticed that. Beware. You really need to zero the knobs or you won't know where 0 is if you bump these knobs. Zeroing the knobs is easy, just make sure you do it on any scope with exposed knobs like this. I am happy with the scope now that I know these 2 things, and expect this to last a lifetime like any Leupold. I gave it 4 stars only, mainly because of the lack of a cap stop, but would be a 5 otherwise. Our list at number 5. ATN X-Sight 2 HD 5-20 Smart Day-Night Rifle Scope. This is a great gadget to fulfill all of your high-tech redneck needs. For around the price of a decent conventional glass scope, you get capabilities for hunting at both day and night. The ballistics and zeroing technology are fantastic features, and I can set up profiles for every load I use. I no longer need to tote around my GoPro, because the camera on this thing gets me close into the action. The RAV is a nice touch for those that don't want to fiddle with starting-stopping recordings. Image quality simply isn't going to be as good as conventional scopes due to the digital zoom beyond 5x, but it is definitely good enough to show good detail on what you're shooting up to at least 300 yards. Things start to get a bit pixelated beyond that, but my normal hunting range is 100 to 200 yards anyway. Field of view on this model is very good at this range as well, but for ranges below 100 yards I would probably recommend the 3X model. Night vision is incredible for this price point, and the IR light ATN includes now is more than powerful enough to get the job done at decent ranges. The quality of all the materials seem very durable. I mounted mine on a Ruger American Predator .308. And I did find it a better fit with the rail extension. I also picked up the ATN Power Pack kit, and I highly recommend it, or at least some sort of battery pack for extended use. Some people have reported problems while using the Obsidian app with the scope, but I have a Moto Z Force with the newest Android version and all of the functions work flawlessly. All product details and links in this video description. I hope you liked the video. If you found it helpful, please remember to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.